As Gundam teaches, the Supreme Overlord of Ice teaches Togami and Hifumi how to use ice magic? How fitting. Good day, good people. It is another fine Thursday in the year of the Ascent. Toon Link, Dave, and your United States Aviator. Welcome back to another episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and today we continue the season of Retribution. And we're getting all the members of the cast of the installments of Danganronpa. And we are making sure that they are known to not be title holders. We have all the not title holders, those who have yet to hold a title in this series. And they're all here. And you can get a good glimpse of which which cast is doing the worst. Trigger Happy Havoc, I'm looking at you. And then which cast is doing the best. Looks like Ultra Despair Girls has less cast members, but like Goodbye Despair is doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. But I digress. Let's introduce everyone who's here today. From Trigger Happy Havoc, we have Makoto, Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, Kyoko, Leon, Mukuro, Sakura, Freaking Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro. And from Goodbye Despair, we have Akane, Gundam, Mahiro, Peko, Sonya, Teru Teru, and Azuma. And from Ultra Despair Girls, we have the preseason princess, Kotoko, Never Won a Game, Masaru, Monica, Haiji, and Taichi. Moving on to Killing Harmony, we have Angie, Gonta, Himiko, Kiba, Kurumi, Kori, Maki, Shuichi, Tenko, and Samugi. And lastly, from Danganronpa 3, we have Chisa, Daisaku, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Munakata, Uruka, Mitarai, and Maya. And that's the cast that we have right here. Right here, right now. These are the people who have never held a singles title or a tag team title. Just no titles, ever. Excluding Yeet Ball, because that doesn't count as like a title. It's just you were the winning Yeet Ball team, and that's just something to hold on to. But let me know, which of these characters you're like, man, I really think they I almost took Toko out by technicality since Jack has held all the titles so far. But no, Toko's never had a title. Who do you think deserves the title the most? And then first, second, and third. Tell me. Well, not even who you think deserves to hold the title the most. Who do you want to see hold a title the most? Let me know in the comments. And then I pick first, second, and third because those comments are important. Like this one. Like this one. And even like that one. And shockingly enough, Nakamaru's not here today. Because he has not only won a title, he is the title holder. So he's just not in this episode. He's just gonna chill today. He'll be back next week. And tomorrow we'll spin the wheel and it'll be Agent Chaos time. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. It's a smaller episode tomorrow too. But this one's gonna be a fun time. I know it is. We got secret achievements in play. Maybe some will come up. Maybe they'll be a little bit crazy. I don't know. But let's calm this down because you know just what we have to do instead. Since we're not doing any kind of wheel spinning, we're gonna go right to... Ouch! As I hit my hand on my second screen. Maybe that was my fault. Maybe that was my bad. Maybe if I just do that again, then the die will be here. Maybe that'll happen. Nope, shoulda known. Let's not even goof around. Oh, what do you have in store for me today? Anything? Nothing? Well, I'm just gonna chill. We're just gonna wait here. Might file my nails. I have a nail file over. No, actually there's been a pebble in my... Also, you might be wondering why am I wearing a jacket? It was shockingly like 40 degrees today. And I'm like, summertime. I got a pebble. I was outside all day. I got a pebble stuck in my slipper. I'm gonna take that off real quick. I hope you guys don't mind me just getting this pebble out of here real quick. It'll be real quick. Hold on. Well, okay. I guess you must have been in my slipper this entire time. It's such a comfortable slipper too, I would have never known, and you're such a soft dye. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The antics are out of the way. Check your shoes, make sure there's no pebbles or giant foam dye in them. Let's roll this, and let's see how many people join the single Rantaro in the singles retribution match. It will be the exact opposite roll. First time we rolled a 1, this time we're rolling a 6, which means 6 more people will join Rantaro in that retribution match. But more importantly, it means that we're simulating. Not just 1 time, or 2 times, or even 3 times, or 4 times, or 5 times, but we're resimulating. 6 times a full set of resimulations. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Which of these non-title holders will go on to the finale and try to become a title holder? I don't know, but I think it's time to proceed and find out. And as we start it all off, I'm gonna look at this real quick. Yes, oh yeah, that's one. That is another one. That's fantastic too. The tributes stand on their podiums, and the horns they doth sound. So everyone, anybody, please, could you please, horn bearers, sound the horns. You'll love to hear it. Chisa forces Hifumi to start singing "Please Give Me Wings." Kotoko finds an ocarina in the cornucopia. Rantaro wanted to punish her for it, wanted to kill her for it in fact, but the sound warms his heart and he spares Kotoko's life. Taichi runs away from the cornucopia. Teruteru and Peko, are resurrected by the Lich King to kill other tributes. Munakata already killed Akane at the start, but he is penalized because the horns hadn't sounded when he killed Akane. As a punishment, Munakata is automatically eliminated for violating the arena. I know this event, and I just think it's shocking. I think it's very shocking that it has happened like this. Getting killed before the horn sounded in singles action was a secret achievement in leagues of you didn't get a chance, so you'll get a chance in the finale. However, Akane is already there. So Munakata technically murdered Akane, and through that Akane got you guys a fan vote, which is crazy to me. So I gotta cross that out. I knew that one was gonna hit because that event comes up at least once every like 3 or 4 episodes, but let me tell you, did not think it would be Akane. Akane earned you guys Teruteru and Akane, they're just like, you know what? We got you with these fan votes. Let's continue though. Let's proceed. Mitarai runs away from the cornucopia. Kizakura also runs away from the cornucopia. Monika and Sayaka try and find a way to escape. Tenko grabs a chainsaw. Sayaka, there is no escape, not for you. Juzo smashes a healing potion over Kibo's head, simultaneously damaging and healing him. Ruka finds a book titled Takakori, a beginner's guide. Kori's both amazed and horrified at the level of detail within the book. Togami rips a mace out of Maya's hands. Toko doesn't realizes that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so she's gonna live it up this game. I'm watching you, Toko. You better be living it up. Daisaku and finds Hiro's corpse in the cornucopia. I guess he's dead. Angie tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake and that she isn't supposed to be here. Sumugi finds a teleporter, teleports her right behind it. You can't get behind me anymore. I installed a brick wall back there. Behind me right here, there's a brick wall. It's like this tall so you can't see it, but they'll try and get up and they'll kick the shins on the brick wall and they fall over. Sumugi's got bad shins right now. Maki runs away from the cornucopia. Himiko and Mukuro make a secret pact to work together. Tengen comes riding into the games on a rare mount, making Celeste and Sonia jealous. Kyoko and Makoto fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Cute. Gonta snaps Suzuru's neck. Less cute. Shuichi begins working on a plan to overthrow Monokuma. Leon approaches Gundam Haiji and Masaru and tells them that, well, he'll be killing them all this game. Mahiru falls in love with Kurumi at first sight despite the circumstances, and Sakura falls into a frozen lake and perishes. An interesting bloodbath, but we still have an entire day to get through. Speaking of, it is day 1. Teru tosses some sand into the eyes of Shuichi, even though one of his eyes is covered up, causing him to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Kori, Makoto, and Daisaku band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Hifumi holds Mukuro's head underwater when Mukuro grabs his arm, pulls him into the lake with her. Both tributes are unable to kill one another, so they simply swim away. Tenko, Monika, and Toko track down and kill Tsumugi with their bad shins. That's what you get for trying to sneak up behind me. Your shins got bad, you couldn't run away from these 3, now you're dead. Himiko takes Chisa to Suplex City. Mahiru and Ruruka work together to drown Kibo. Well, sorry Kibo. Angie and Sonia trade talents. Sonia, a fantastic artist, and now Angie is a princess. Peko uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Juzo, but it fails because there's nothing to suck out. Gundam, Mitarai, and Kotoko all perform a fatal, that says fatal? I think that's a typo. I think that's actually supposed to be a glorious air combo on Sayaka. You love to see it. We'll proceed though. Mai receives first from an unknown sponsor. Kyoko tries to spearfish with a trident. Masaru is so excited about his super weapon that will take over the arena that he wrote a song about it. I don't know who built that for you now. Oh well, Nagisa probably built it for you. Leon hangs up mistletoe in the arena. I'll remember that. Kurumi, Kizakura, and Taichi come up with a complicated escape plan. Tengen sleeps the entire day away from everyone else. Togami smells a rat. Why are there rats in the arena? There shouldn't be. We have all these, first of all, we have all these reptiles, so we shouldn't have any rodents creeping through the arena. Secondly, they better stay out of Avies, Wares, and Despairs, because a health inspector might come in through there, and I would be like, well, it wouldn't be me, I don't know how they got there. Maki sets Haiji on fire with a Molotov, and Celeste sees a completely pale Gonta washed ashore at a lake, unmoving. Celeste revives him with CPR. You love to see that. But what you don't love to see is that we lost 9 people. 9 souls have left us. But we do give a Claire de Lune for Munakata, Akane, Hiro, Izuru, Sakura, Tsumugi, Kibo, Sayaka, Haiji. And we'll see everybody's statuses. We got quite a few left. It's not a massive game we have here today, but it's still a pretty big game. If we control F and we do a live, we have 33, still larger than a standard sized game, so we got plenty to go for your enjoyment. But let's find out who wins. Who's gonna get going to that finale? And let's not forget, we got 6 people going to that retribution match. Who will they be? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's go ahead. Let's proceed on with the action. As we start night 1, Kori sets down a few more traps before returning to camp for the night. Gundam convinces Gonta to snuggle with her. Kotoko loves Kotoko loves Makoto as much as Maki loves Kaito. That's a lot of good love. That's a lot of good love. Kurumi. Her obnoxious snoring renders Leon, Peko, and Sonia unable to sleep. Chisa, stop it. Get some help. Unable to get a fire going, Togami, Maya, and Ruruka are forced to huddle together for warmth. Toko feels herself developing a crush for Celeste. Kyoko rests on top of a fruit tree. Himiko violently shakes the tree to retrieve the fruit, but it also causes Kyoko to fall on top of her, killing them both. Rest in peace to the both of them. Kizakura and Tengen start kicking Hifumi for unknown reasons. Daisaku finishes his nighttime coffee before dismembering Kizakura and Tengen. Daisaku doesn't like bullies. And Mahiru must not like Angie because she hits her with some sweet chin music. Maki uses all of her mana coins to buy out Avi's Wares and Despairs for the day. You didn't have to use that many mana coins. Maki, we go way back. I could've gotten you a discount. Mukuro, Teru, Juzo, Taichi, and Monika get together and form an idol group. Don't think that any of you would work out on that. You know what? I believe in Teru actually. Shuichi, Masaru, and Tenko sleep in ships, and Mitarai prays Tuatua that he makes it out alive with minimal bloodshed. Of course, we will move on now to day 2. Kori finds a yeet ball. Maya gets drenched in honey. Sticky icky. Angie says something wrong, and Makoto calls her a foolish fool. Togami beats Toko with a ladder. She probably enjoyed it. Gonta diverts Katoko's attention and runs away. Ruka falls into a pit, but somehow lives. Leon gets drenched in honey, and unfortunately Leon is actually allergic to honey, and he does perish. Shuichi and Daisaku enter a rebuttal showdown in an effort to survive. Mukuro tries to strangle Maki with toilet paper. It is fortunately too plain as enough to kill Maki. My ride or die has thus died. Masaru, however, is trapped in a box with a small device that can release a deadly poison every hour. Is he dead? Is he alive? We can only find out if we click proceed. Sonia plants flowers around Kurumi's grave. Kurumi screams from behind her, "Hello? I'm still alive!" Sonia simply replies, "For now." Gundam kills Chisa and then revives her as an undead minion. Monica starts to go insane. Teru gets drenched in honey as well. That's sticky icky. Icky Vicky. Peko and Celeste talk about their lives. Taichi wakes up from a long nap. Tenko sets up an ice cream shack. Juzo comes and buys some. It was delicious. Mahiru, I see you're waking up and getting pancakes immediately. I'm gonna put your name down here. I think you do indeed deserve to go on to the World Pancake Championship Invitational. You could be the first ever World Pancake Champion. And Mitarai goes nya to annoy Hifumi. Hifumi stabs Mitarai in the chest. You don't love to see that. That is unfortunate for Mitarai. In fact, we lost. Another 7. 7 more have perished. That brings us down to 26. But first, A Claire de Lune 4. Kyoko, Himiko, Kizakura, Tengen, Leon, Maki, Mitarai. Okay. We got 26 left. As we see everybody's statuses, let's go through everyone who's left. From Trigger Happy Havoc, we still have 6: Makoto, Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, Mukuro, and Toko. 5 remain for Goodbye Despair, and you know how Goodbye Despair loves to just dominate the best way that they can. Gundam, Mahiru, Peko, Sonia, and Teru. Ultra Despair girls have only lost Haiji, leaving Katoko, Masaru, Monica, and Taichi. Killing Harmony has done a lot of dying. They've been doing some dying Harmony because they have lost 4. They still have Angie, Gonta, Kurumi, Kori, Shuichi, and Tenko. And Danganronpa 3 has lost 4 as well, leaving them with Chisa, Daisaku, Juzo, Ruruka, and Miss Maya. I think we just gotta keep going. I think we just gotta proceed. The action doth continue. We cannot wait. 26 remain. 1 will win, and then the next 6 after that 1 will actually be going on to the Retribution match. Who will go on to the Retribution match, and who will go to the finale? Let's find out. Let's proceed. Tonight too, Teru, Sonia, Kurumi, and Juzo play a friendly game of Uno in which, Kurumi takes them out. Kurumi was like, "I'm a master of Uno. Gonta ain't afraid of no ghosts." Togami and Mukuro tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Shuichi stays awake all night. Masaru receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Angie grabs Kokichi by the throat. He's not even in this. Oh my goodness. Not even in this episode. Celeste sings a lullaby to Gundam. Hifumi grabs a dumbbell and starts working out. Mahiru sets off an explosive, killing Monica, Maya, Katoko, and Tenko. And Kori kills Daisaku as he tries to run. Makoto, Peko, and Toko enter a scrum debate with Taichi, Ruruka, and Chisa. They argue over which jelly is the best for a PB&J. What jelly do you use? Do you even enjoy PB&Js? I'ma say it. Someone's gonna hate it. But I'm a strawberry jelly man. Don't at me. We'll proceed. We lost a ton that round, but we still might have more to lose as we go to day 3. As Mukuro uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Taichi, which shockingly works, leaving Taichi literally dumbfounded. That man's is brilliant. However, what will happen to him? With no brains. Gonta encounters a fruit bat, takes a liking to him, joins his side. Juzo receives a medical splash from an unknown sponsor. Peko uses her special attack on Mahiru, the Mega Destruction Ball of Death. I'm sorry, Darkness and Destruction, not Death, because it actually did no damage. Odd that Peko does no damage to Mahiru this time. She has done it before. Chisa tries to sleep the entire day. Ruka and Celeste are sitting in a tree. Kissing. Ooh, scandalous. Toko does a sick kick flip, but fails the landing and falls right on her face. Angie receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a giant stuffed teddy bear. Gundam goes nya to annoy Togami. Shuichi gets so absorbed in chasing a butterfly that he follows it right off of a cliff. He has perished. Teru plays chess with death and wins. Kurumi kills Makoto with a sickle. Rest in peace, that boy has not been lucky. Hifumi reminisces about season 2. That was the versus season, wasn't it? That was a good time. That was a good winners versus losers. Fittingly enough, became Kaito versus Kokichi, and boy does that still hold true. Masaru feigns death, tricking Kori into ignoring him, and now Sonia is trapped in that box. Deadly poison every hour. Masaru survived. Will she? Let's click proceed and find out. She does not. Giving us 8 cannon shots. And a Claire de Lune for our fallen 8. Monica, Maya, Kotoko, Tenko, Daisaku, Shuichi, Makoto, Sonia. I think Sonia's one of those ones where I was like, I'm shocked she hasn't held a title yet. She's done good for herself in the past, but as we see everybody's statuses, we have lost another 8. That brings us down to 18. I'm like 90% sure, but I'll double check because you know quick math. Yes, 18. We got Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, Mukuro, and Toko from Trigger Happy Havoc. Goodbye Despair still has Gundam. Mahiru with now 5 KOs. Peko and Teru. Masaru and Taichi now the only sole survivors for Ultra Despair Girls. Killing Harmony now only has Angie, Gonta, Kurumi, and Kori in this house. Chisa, Juzo, and Ruruka are the sole survivors from Danganronpa 3. Only one will win, but 6 more will join Rantaro in the Retribution match, and we have to proceed to see who they will be. 8 more as well until your saving grace picks. Are you ready? I hope you are, because if you're not, well, we're going on without you. We'll proceed. Let's go and see what unfolds as we start night 3. Ruka has a fever dream while sleeping. She wakes up to Kyoko standing over them. I thought Kyoko had perished this episode. Celeste and Taichi sleep and shifts. Masaru finds a big red button, presses it immediately as if he were drawn to the glowing light. Fortunately, the button does nothing. Toko's unknown sponsors. AV, do I sense some bias here? Well, yeah, I do like Toko. Ultra Despair Girls. Love her to bits. Gonto accuses AV of not being the real. No, of course I'm the real AV. Kurumi, yes, queen! Gundam sings a romantic song to Kori when the two begin to lean in for a tender kiss. Gundam notices Chisa filming them, which makes Gundam shout at Chisa, "Get out of here, Chisa! Stop! Get some help!" Juzo's allergies keep him up all night. Remember, Toko's living it up this game. Don't forget. Togami stabs Teru in the back with a trident. Rest in peace to the boy, Hifumi! Yes, queen! Angie reminisces about the year of the horizon. Peko is bleeding out, but thankfully she receives fresh blood from an unknown sponsor. Mukuro gets a hold of my soundboard, and you play the bop that is Dire Docs. We had a lot of queens this episode. Mahiru, yes, queen. We move on to day 4. And it's Dire Docs. The Dire. Day 4. Mukuro, Gundam, and Taichi do the torture dance whilst torturing Juzo. Angie spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Legos. She is truly transcended beyond humanity. Kurumi stabs Chisa with a sword, revives her with her wish ring, and repeats the process until the wish ring actually burns off her hand, leaving Chisa alive to run off. Toko and Togami now trade talents. After Togami beat her with a ladder earlier, she's like, "Here, you're the writer now." Ruruka catches the despair disease and starts posing dramatically. Kori finds a yeet ball. Gonta decides to lend AV a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. That is a good boy. Mahiru eats dirt. Delicious. Masaru eats cheese puffs. Fantastic. Peko asks Hifumi if everything's okay. And Celeste wakes up immediately. Has pancakes. Vibes out to Dire Docs. And enters the World Pancake Championship. This thing is filling up, I'm telling you guys. It's happening probably very soon. Once we get 24, we'll get there. I'm not gonna tell you how many people are left, but once we get to 24, we'll get there. But right now, it's been a dire day. But now we just go to a Claire de Lune. We only lost the one. And that one is Teru. 17 left. We don't really need to go through everything that's here because we only lost Teru. Goodbye Despair now only has 3 people left, so we can just actually go on and proceed. On with the action? Should we? Shall we? I think we shall, and I think we should. It is night 4. As Gundam teaches, the Supreme Overlord of Ice teaches Togami and Hifumi how to use ice magic? How fitting. Masaru is bleeding out, but thankfully he receives fresh blood from an unknown sponsor. Gonta cuddles up against Haruka. Toko tried to set a trap, but unfortunately she ends up trapping herself. Angie and Mahiru and Taichi get into a fight. Mahiru triumphantly kills them both. She's popping off this game. Corey delivers an intense motivational speech to Celeste and Juzo, inspiring them to give it their all in these games. Mukuro falls into a pit, and she doth perish. Peko puts her trust in Kurumi and allows herself to fall backwards. Kurumi does nothing, just watches her fall down. How rude. And she's to spend all of her points, maxing out her luck. Well, okay. I guess we'll keep on keeping on. As we proceed, it is the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's family. Celeste shoots a poisonous dart into Juzo's neck, slowly killing him. Mahiru decides not to attend the feast. Togami, Toko, and Gundam confront each other to grab what they want to slowly avoid conflict. Kurumi can't handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Masaru, Chisa, and Peko start fighting. But Chisa runs away as Masaru takes out Peko. Goodness gracious. Corey takes a staff leaning on the cornucopia. Hifumi digs a tunnel beneath the cornucopia to steal items without being seen. Haruka takes 1 quarter, 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 4 pennies from the cornucopia. Nice. And Gonta decides not to attend the feast. Will proceed to day 5. Haruka rests in a fruit tree. It's fruit tree season, it's delicious. Gundam and Masaru build a shack together, a shelter together, but both of them have conflicting ideas on interior design. Mahiru and Toko are sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Celeste gives Corey her blessings to marry Hifumi. Corey and Hifumi have no idea what the heck she's on about. Chisa, as an employee of Avia's Wares and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid, and Gonta exclaims, "Not the Naegis," for no reason in particular. Well, one of them's dead, so it happens. And Togami is still alive. We proceed to see. We lost 6. There's still technically 1 more until your save and grace fix. So after this Clear Day Loom 4, Angie, Taichi, Mukuro, Juzo, Kurumi, Toko. I'm sorry, Peko. Toko's still alive, and she's living it up this game. We'll see everybody's statuses though. We have 4 remaining for Trigger Happy Havoc: Togami, Celeste, Hifumi, and Toko. Gundam and Mahiru are the only people from Goodbye Despair, but golly tamale, look at Mahiru with her 7 KOs. Ultra Despair Girls have Masaru as their sole survivor. Killing Harmony still have Gonta and Corey in the house. And DR3 still has Chisa and Haruka. We still have 11 folks remaining, correct, which means it's not saving grace picks time yet. We gotta proceed until we get there. One of these peeps will win. 6 more of them will go on to the Retribution match. Yeah. And that's about it. So the next 3, 4, 7, yeah, the next 4 out of luck. So, let's proceed and see what unfolds. At the start of night 5, Gonta and Chisa start kicking Mahiru for unknown reasons. Now, I understand why. She's going off this game. You gotta take her out. Toko finishes her nighttime coffee before joining in. Celeste uses all of her mana coins to buy out Avi's Wares and Despairs for the day. Hifumi disowns Gundam for being a disgrace to the family. Togami asks Corey to help him go to sleep. Corey lifts him on his shoulders. These are 2 very tall boys as well. Dropping Togami's head onto his knee, Togami is out cold. He has gone to sleep. Masaru sees a shooting star and wishes Haruka didn't exist. Come the morning, Haruka slowly fades out of existence. Goodness gracious, and now we reach our final 10. As we start day 6, Gundam is exposed to Gonta's sensitivity aura, causing him to become more emotional. Chisa tries to become a beekeeper, but he is unhappy. Hifumi decides to lend Avi a hand to kill a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. Hifumi, I do appreciate it. Celeste convinces Togami to climb into a hydraulic press. Crushes him to death. Don't know how you did that. Togami's not the he's a pretty sharp tool in the chat. He's I don't know, maybe he's dulled out. Masaru drives up to McDonald's, wants to get an ice cream. Fortunately, it's working. How lucky, the ice cream machine is working. Toko commits Sora. I thought she was living it up this game, not doing nothing. Mahiru finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on, and Corey tries to sleep the entire day. We lost. Just 3. That brings us down to your final 8, which means after this, Claire de Lune for Ruruka, Chisa, Togami. We are in a very interesting predicament. As we see everybody's statuses, we're at your final 8. First place will go on to the finale. The next 6 will go on to the retribution match. Which means the person who dies next is just going to have a bad day. A very bad day, unfortunately, because they will get nothing from this episode. Except maybe hitting a secret achievement, that's possible. I can't say no, I can't say that. But it's your final 8. You know what it's time for. Your picks might not have done so well. But that's okay, because you get to make new ones. It is time for your Saving Grace picks. We got Celeste, Hifumi, and Toko all remaining from Trigger Happy Havoc. Goodbye Despair still has Gundam and Mahiru with her 7 KOs. Ultra Despair girls, their sole survivor is Masaru Gonta, and Corey still remain from Killing Harmony. And Danganronpa 3 is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Make your saving grace picks known. First, second, third. Make them known. Make them known. Come on, you guys. You know what to do in the comments. Liking your comment, commenting on your comment. Do what you gotta do to make sure that your saving grace picks are known. Because it's like a record. There's a record of all your picks in the past. You can go back to an episode like 2 years ago. It could be like, what were my picks that day? Oh, I did so well, and compared to today, yikes. I'm gonna make my picks though. Give me Masaru for first. I think out of the people who are left, he is the only person who has not gotten a win, so I gotta go with him. Give me Masaru for first. Give me Celeste for second, and give me my boy. Actually, give me Mahiru for third, cause she's had a heck of a game. So I'm gonna take those 3. Masaru, Celeste, and Mahiru. Yep, that's my first, second, third. Are they the same as yours? If they are, you might be doomed. Because I've been known to be prone to jinxing. But will it happen today? I don't know. But I will tell you that Celeste, Hifumi, Toko, Gundam, Mahiru, Masaru, Gonta, and Corey in this house are all going on to the proceedings. Trying to not die next, first of all. Trying to make at least the top 7 in this episode. They're all very determined. In fact, such steeled determined, such fantastic determination. The same determination that reminds me of not a ninja, not a pirate, but a samurai woman. Are you ready? Let's go ahead. Let's proceed. Let's see what unfolds. As we start night 6, Masaru sets up an outdoor generator, space heater, and floodlights. Toko grabs Kokichi by the throat. He's not even here. Gundam finds a big red button. He decides to leave it be. Mahiru and Hifumi are enjoying some steamed hams together at the same time. Celeste is getting burned alive by a nearby Aurora Borealis. You know, Celeste, at least you made the World Pancake Championship episode, but man, is it ironic that you were getting burned alive. Corey and Gonta hold hands as we proceed. Everyone else has got something this episode, but who will win? Let's proceed and find out. It's day 7. Mahiru's like, alright, I did it. I'm getting out of here now. Deliberately jumps off of a cliff. She's like, I got my KOs. I earned my way into the retribution match. I'm getting out of here. Hifumi goes nya nya to annoy Gundam. Gundam stabs Hifumi in the chest. Gonta is still alive. Toko collects fruit from a tree. She's been vibing this game. She's been living it up. And Corey finds a violin and begins to play it horribly, much to Masaru's frustration. We lost 3 more. We're at your final 5. But not before a terrible turnabout for Celeste, Mahiru, Hifumi. It's your final 5. As we go on, we still have Toko, who's been living it up this game. Gundam, the supreme overlord of ice. Masaru never won a game. Gonta hasn't won a game since season 1. And Corey's only won in pre-season. Could he have his time today? I don't know. They're all in your top 5. And they're all either going to win this episode or go on to the Retribution match, so I don't know who it's going to be. But I can tell you that within your final 5, Toko, Gundam, Masaru, Gonta, and Corey are all caught in what we like to call a crisis of fate. Let's go on. Let's proceed. Let's see what unfolds. Let's see who wins this one as we go to the next round. And that is Night 7. And nobody perishes. Corey just receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Thank goodness it wasn't a sickle. Gonta finally finishes his novel, and Gundam, Masaru, and Toko are looking to be wholesome this episode. Look for more people to become friends with, I tell you what, as we proceed to day 8. Gundam receives pancakes from Avian. Let me tell you, well, yeah, I'm biased. I'm always up for a Gundam win. Corey and Gonta have a picnic on a cliff. Corey uses this chance to push Gonta off of the cliff. Gonta, I think, is the first person to make it into both Retribution matches, correct? Because he's in the he is in the tag team one, right? Yeah, he sure is. So congratulations, Gonta, in both Retribution matches. Hopefully something comes of the both of those, and Masaru stabs Toko with a sword, revives them with his wish ring, and then repeats the process until he's satisfied, so she has perished. We're down to your final 3. Gundam, Corey, and Masaru. But we did lose 2 in the process, and thus is a terrible turnabout for Gonta, Toko. So, as we see everybody's statuses, we have Gundam, Masaru, and Corey. The final 3. I don't know who's gonna win. I never do. That's why we resimulate. And we resimulated 6 times. One of these 3 will win. The other 2 will still be going to the Retribution match, which is very nice. Oh, you know, they could hit some secret achievements too. They are not completely out of the running for those, but I do believe it is time that we go on. They are still caught in a crisis of fate. Gundam, Masaru, Corey. One will win. Will it be Masaru's first win, Corey's first seasonal win, or Gundam's next win? Hasn't won a ton himself, but he could win again today. Let's proceed and let's see what unfolds as we go on. I think this is it. Masaru, Gundam, and Corey. Masaru latches onto Gundam's back and blows himself up to try and protect Corey. The attack works, and Gundam is blown to smithereens. I can't see a way that Masaru survives that attack as he's blowing himself up, which means as we proceed, we will see, for the first time in seasonal action, that your winner, representing Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. It is time for a party. There's been a party every single week, but this week, it's in seasonal action. Your winner is Corey in the house. Alright. Good job, Kyo. You call him Kyo, but we call him Corey here. It is a party every week, baby. Congratulations to him. He won this one, and I don't know if he got a kill doing it. He got 2. Congratulations to Corey. He won this one. Masaru was so close. He got 5 KOs. Good on that boy. Gundam with 2 in 2nd place. Toko in 4th with 1. Gonta in 5th with 1. Hifumi in 6th with 1. And Mahiru in 7th with 1. And those 6, Gundam, Masaru, Toko, Gonta, Hifumi, and Mahiru, will get some retribution at the end of the season when they try and compete for that retribution spot in the Retribution match. Celeste just missed that opportunity, but earned her way into the Pancake Championship Invitational, Togami and Chisa, 9th and 10th respectively. And that's your top 10. Congratulations to them. I'm surprised. It's Corey's time to shine. It was Corey's time to shine. It's his time to be. Congratulations to Corey in the house. We'll do a quick scroll. All the way down to Munakata, who took out Akane at the very beginning. But Akane got a secret achievement because of that, and we can bring up the bracket to see it. Corey there, and Akane getting the secret achievement. Truly incredible. And no other secret achievements hit. One of them's very surprising that it didn't hit, but you know what? It is what it is. Sometimes the easy ones take a whole lot of time to just actually click through, even though they usually happen almost every single episode. We'll proceed. This was insanity. As it started with Akane getting taken out before the game started, getting a secret achievement. After already getting one, she was on a roll this season. If only she could have gotten a win. And Corey, not even doing anything, Masaru was like, I have to protect Corey even if it costs me myself. And that's sure what he did. Took out Gundam, and Corey won, standing in the wake of the destruction. But he won, and he's going on to that singles finale. But we'll proceed. Those are the statistics. Mahiru had a game. She had a game. So did Masaru, but Mahiru had a real game. 7 KOs. Masaru with 5. Celeste with 2. Daisaku, Gundam, and Corey all with 2. And then everyone else had 1 or less. And as we go on, that is the end. Go back to the reaping. Corey, our our top non-title holder, gets himself a win. Could he get a title at the end of the season? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But tomorrow, we'll be celebrating some June. Because it's the first Thursday in June. Tomorrow's the first Friday in June. The first tag team episode in June of 2021. I hope you're ready for it. Because it is time to end this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know some of you are really rooting for Corey. So this one was probably a blast for a lot of you. But until tomorrow, tune in, Dave, Year of the Ascent. Until a fantastic Friday, this is a terrific Thursday. United States Xavier taking off. Toodaloo. Like Thanks for watching.